everyone, it's your Savings Heroes here. Welcome back to my channel. So let's talk about water. Did you know that the human body is made up of 60% of water? Okay. Well, did you know that water can cure illnesses if you drink it properly? Do you not care of these questions? Okay, alright. If you don't care about it, whatever. But did you know that there was a hacker in Florida that was trying to purposely contaminate the water and kill thousands of people? You didn't know about that one, huh? Okay, so that's besides the point. We're going to get into all of those things in this video here today. Basically, I'm going to talk about the benefits of water and test out the pH of different water bottles that I do have, just so we can see which one is good enough for our human body. Next, I will talk about the harmful practices that happen in my area that affects me and could possibly affect you as well. We'll get into the alkaline versus artificial alkaline water. And lastly, we'll close it on how to drink and store your water properly. Great things that you should know about water. But first, do you call it water or water? Because I say water. Don't ask me where I'm from. The people that I live around, they don't say water. I don't know where I got that from. So there's great things, great tips that you should know about water and what it can do for the body. Water can clear the toxins out of your body. It's also a vital nutrient to the life of every cell and acts first as a building material. It assists in flushing waste mainly through urination. It can also lubricate your joints, and it supports a healthy lifestyle and keeps your body balanced. So how I'm testing out this the water is I'm using alkaline drops. I got this from Amazon, and it was I've been wanting to do this for so long, because you could be drinking water you think is good all this time, and then you do the drops to find out you're drinking piss water, basically. Like literally piss water. Yes. And then you get mad, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I've been drinking this for like a year and it wasn't even good for me. I call it piss water because if we look at the chart, right now, when it comes to pH levels in water, your body needs at least a 7 pH level. Anything before a 7, when you use the alkaline drops, it turns yellow, hence piss water. 7, like a 6, 7, it's fair, it's green. And then anything higher than a 7 would be blue, which is alkaline, that's what you need. If you can't find alkaline water or don't know about it, but just want water that's good enough for your body, then get at least a 7 pH level. So we're gonna go through the list of different bottles that I have and test out the pH level so we can see which water is good for you. Alright, so let's start off with Deer Park. And as you see here, it is yellow. And if it's yellow, that means it ranged from 5.0 pH level. So Deer Park is a no-no. Let's move on to Aquafina. Alright, so maybe I was wrong. Maybe Aquafina is more acidic than Deer Park, because that's looking a little orange. Orange range from a 4.0 pH level. Alright, so let's move on to Smart Water. I have been told and read that this water is not smart like it says. So let's test this out now. Wow, this is interesting. So this is giving it like a green look to it. Hang on. It looks a little green, yellow green. So it could be a 6.0. I thought it was going to be worse, but it actually is pretty neutral. So it might be okay to drink this. All right, let's move on to the core water. I never tried this water. I know some people that drink it. So let's just see what this one's about. This one is giving me blue feels. This one actually looks blue. I'm thinking it could be around an 8, but the bottle actually says it's a pH of 7.4. It's good enough to drink. Now let's move over to Fiji. So this is also giving blue feels. I don't see a tint of green or anything in here. It's just straight blue. It's a light blue though. The bottle of Fiji actually says their pH is a 7.7. So it is good for you. You can drink it. I just don't like the taste. Let's try out this Life water. So this is actually giving me yellowish bluish, which I'm kind of surprised because it's purified water, but it also has electrolytes in here too. But it's a yellowish bluish. It doesn't have the pH level listed on the back of the label, but this is very similar to Smart Water. It's in that category, so it could be like a 7.4. All right, so let's do the water from Food Lion. It's a purified water, has minerals added for flavor, all that stuff. So let's see exactly where this is. Hopefully it's good. Ay, ay, ay. So this water isn't good at all, you guys. If you shop at Food Lion, drink water from Food Lion, this is not the water for you. Don't drink it. It's very acidic. It's super yellow. It's more yellow than the Aquafina actually, which is pretty surprising. Let's get into the very last water that I have here, which I've never heard of, never drank. It's called Refreshing from Clover Valley. So as you see, this is pure yellow. It'll have to go in the group with the other piss waters. I can't tell which one is worse, this one or Aquafina or the Food Lion water. Most acidic here is Aquafina, then the Dollar General water, Food Lion, Deer Park, Smart Water, Life Water Core, and Fiji. I hope that you guys will take this and learn, and also make better decisions on what water you choose to drink. So this is something that I found out on my own after looking up alkaline drops and stuff like that on Amazon. I also found out about TDS. What TDS is, it stands for Total Dissolved Solids and refers to the total concentration of dissolved substances in drinking water. TDS comprises inorganic salt and a small amount of organic matter as well. So the TDS level is how much of the total dissolved solids that are presented in your water. I've also read that water is a universal solvent and easily picks up impurities and can absorb and dissolve these harmful particles quickly. So it's important to know the levels of TDS, especially your tap water and water that you bathe in. Let's get into the chart. TDS in water is measured by parts per million. If it's between 50 and 150 parts per million, is excellent for drinking. If it's 150 to 250, it's good. 250 to 300 is fair, but 300 to 500 is just plain out poor. And if you have water with a TDS above 1200, don't even drink it. Don't touch it. Don't do nothing with that water. You'll see in this next clip of me testing out the TDS of my faucet water and shower water. So the harmful practices that's been happening, not only in my area, but in everyone else's area, I assume. So I have an article here and it says it's the cancer-causing firefighting chemicals used at military bases, airports, and firefighting training facilities. PFOS and PFOA, which are among thousands of man-made chemicals known as PFAS, were first discovered in groundwater. The foam that firefighters use to put out potential fires would be pushed outside, that foam. That foam can seep into the ground and show up in our water. That foam has that PFAS man-made chemical in it, and also the PFOS and the PFOA.
When EPA tests revealed chemicals known as PFAS used in the foam had seeped into the area's drinking water. One well in Warminster had among the highest levels of PFAS in the country, 1,400 parts per trillion, 20 times more than the EPA suggests is safe over a lifetime for chemicals the government acknowledges may be linked to cancer and other health issues.
If it affects my area, it could possibly affect your areas too. I would just recommend to do research to see if there's high levels of PFAS or any of these chemicals in your drinking water today. Another thing about harmful practices and chemicals and stuff in our water, I believe that this Florida hacker incident would be great for you guys to know in this video. So a hacker gained remote access to Florida City's water treatment plant in an attempt to contaminate the city's supply of water with a harmful chemical. The harmful chemical was sodium hydroxide, also known as lye. It is the main ingredient in liquid drain cleaners.
According to the CDC, high exposure to sodium hydroxide or lye can burn your eyes, damage your skin, and cause temporary hair loss.
For someone to do that or attempt to do that is just crazy to me. And I first heard this story from Lovely T on YouTube. She talked about this briefly in one of her live streams, and that's what made me want to look into it, because I'm like, what's happening? I have family in Florida, so I wanted to look it up and see what was going on. It was a failed attempt. They're still trying to find who the person was, but this person was able to hack. The article, if it says, nuclear and other critical infrastructure have become frequent targets for cyber attacks in recent years. Hacks against critical infrastructure carry more weight than typical cyber attacks, considering that the effects can result in blackouts and potential life or death scenarios, as hospitals and cities depend more heavily on network technology. So I actually just learned this today. I didn't know or never heard of an artificial alkaline, though I am not surprised. There's artificial everything. So let's go into this article that I found this information from, and then, we can just talk about it. Despite what seems obvious, drinking artificially alkaline water fails to replace these vital minerals. Consuming it actually depletes them by making the body think that it's alkaline, causing it to release reserve alkaline minerals through the blood and kidneys, and ultimately making the person deficient in the end. Alkaline water machines replace the good minerals with small amounts of platinum and titanium found in the plates the water runs over the ionization process. So the metals of that machine that they're using to make water alkaline is very toxic. The carbon filtration systems in place for tap water fail to remove enough of the toxic chemicals in the water. And when drinking artificially alkaline water, you will end up ingesting chlorine, fluorides, aluminum, and even pesticides. So when I read that today, I was like, well, here's another thing I gotta think about. Another thing I gotta, duck and dodge and everything, because I'm trying to get the best of the best kind of water.
The best of the best of the best, sir.
And I'm on this journey trying to find it. So just hearing those things like artificially alkaline water, I didn't even think that was a thing, but I'm not surprised. Also made me wonder about the water I test or have seen in stores that says, hey, we're 9.5 pH. We're alkaline. We're this, we're that. And what if it was, made by a machine? So I do want to say thank you so much, guys. If you're still watching, let's get into the last tip that I can give, which is how to drink water properly and storing it properly. For this information, I got this from SADHGURU. He is a guru, of course, but you can find him on YouTube. He's everywhere. He's pretty, famous. And the videos that I love that he talks about is water. He has a bunch of different videos of water, how to store it, how to drink it, how much to drink. And I really use it and practice this on my own time. So I would like to share this with you as well. The things that he says most is how you should drink water. And he talks about copper vessels for natural alkaline water. The thing that he says the most is water has memory. He also says we need it because the gods or deities once touched water themselves, and we want to feel them. We want to remember them. So drinking it makes us feel like we're at one with the gods. I've learned the most from him, not that water is memory, but also copper vessels. So I have my own copper vessel. I just purchased it from Copper H2O. Storing water in your copper water bottle or vessel is a great way to make natural alkaline water. SADHGURU also says that drinking too much water could cause brain swelling. Only drink when thirsty and eat foods with lots of water, such as fruits and vegetables. I will also show you a clip of water in my copper vessel. I also tested it. It comes out blue. On the website, it does say that, you can use tap water as well. You would see the greatest difference with the tap water because tap is known for fluoride chemicals, all of that stuff. It's just really, really, really acidic and has so much stuff in there. The copper vessel can also change the tap water into alkaline. Now, they say to keep the water in the vessel for at least 6 to 8 hours. I'll leave the water in the bottle like all day. and I'll test it. So I've seen the greatest difference with tap water. I've also boiled my tap water and threw it in the vessel. It came out blue. When it comes to me with the water, with the bottled water, and I'll put it in the vessel, it takes more than a day for it to show changes. It will slowly change its color from yellow to green to like greenish bluish. Basically all the tips that I gave you is what you would do. People's been doing this for years and years and years. Like this is like a known thing to store your water in a copper vessel. I hope that I did a great job with this video because I haven't talked in front of a camera like this in months. So thank you guys so much. This concludes the video. Thank you guys for watching this. I hope you learned something. Please put a comment down below because it is time for a give and take. This is definitely a topic to talk about. Please let me know if you learned something new. Please let me know if you already knew this. Please let me know any new things that I may not have, that I may not know or may have not talked about in this video. Every information helps, especially with me on my journeys. Thanks again, and bye.
21.